Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. So good to see you this evening.
Good to see you too. So
What
what
is
are you
that
doing?
noise? What did you say?
I, s- I said, what are you doing over there?
Well, I was just wanting to make some birthday candles. What are you doing?
Same. It is definitely birthday season for both of our families. Yeah.
Is that the noise I hear in the background?
That's my wax finally melting down. I'm gonna check on it real quick and see where it's at. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Let's see.
When you melt your wax, do you keep a temperature gauge nearby so you can check the heat, make sure it's not too hot?
No, I didn't today.
It looks nice. Thank you for joining. If you've joined us this evening, we have never gone live on YouTube by itself, so this is
No,
interesting.
definitely a first for us. So yes, thank
Mhm.
you for joining us. All right, so I have this turned off. We are good. All right.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
So
let
you
that
wanted to
sit
make
for
our
just a
birthday candle.
minute. Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Okay. All right. So we can get started if you want.
Right. So you're using a book and I'm using a book, but I think yours is a little different. Your book is different than mine, right?
Well, which one are you using this evening?
I'm using the Beeswax Alchemy book.
Okay. And I am using the Beehive Alchemy book. Yep. So one moment.
And those kinds of things happen to any maker. So that is a normal. My everything was falling down before we got started, and this drying rack that I made up to hold my candles will probably fall because it's fallen like 5 times. So
Right. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and remove this other book too so we don't have to worry about it. Okay.
I was
Yep.
just curious, when you in your book, what page is it on?
Let me find it. Let's see here. In my book, it is going to be on page.
Hi. Hi PJ, thanks for joining us.
Bear with me one moment.
I have to stand up to be able to read the comments.
Oh yeah, let me take a look. Where are the comments here?
I know it's so much to try to set everything up and remember what we're doing.
Right. Let's see. So sorry.
So I don't know about your book, but mine starts with the hand dipped candles, and it kind of gives you a summary on hand dipped taper candles in general. And
Okay.
then
Mm-hmm.
after you read that summary, it goes into the hand dipped birthday candles. So you kind of want to read about the hand dipped candles first, so you get an idea of the steps you want to take.
Sure.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
so,
Because
and for instance, I had made a post on Facebook, but you don't need too many materials for this project, which is it's really nice. You need your beeswax, of course, and you'll need wicking, and you'll need a melting pot and something tall enough to be able to hold your melted wax, your double broiler if that's what you're going to use, scissors to cut your wick. For these, you won't need bolts because we're doing small candles, but for bigger candles, you might need a couple more things.
Mhm.
Oh, hi. Hi, Kaya. Hi, Maeve.
Hi guys, thanks for joining.
Maeve already saw my setup today. So
Oh,
now Kaya
beautiful.
can see how I made her candles. I made her candles for her birthday yesterday, but I'm going to make more. So, okay. Now, is
Okay.
yours set up the same way where it like talks about the hand dipped taper candles first and then goes into the birthday
Yes,
candles?
that's exactly how
Okay.
it's set up. Yes, ma'am.
I don't know if you may do yours differently than mine. The book has you do like one long one and then cut it, right?
Yes, exactly. So I'm going to go ahead and prime my wicks. So
Okay.
I haven't done that yet. Did you prime your wicks?
I actually don't prime my wicks,
Oh, okay. So
but
this
I do
I'm
mine.
gonna.
Yeah, I do mine a little different. So let's see how you do it, and then I'll show you how I do it.
Sure. I have never done this before, so I'm gonna prime my wick. I'm gonna go by we'll see how you do it, and then I'll just prime the wick and see what happens. How's that sound?
Oh, you want me to go?
Yeah, we'll do it at the
Oh,
same time because mine will take a little bit more time than yours, I think.
oh, okay. So I have wicking that comes in a roll like this. It's cotton wicking. This is 2/0. You can use 4/0 because these are less than 1 inch, but this is what I have, and I think it's great. You want to kind of a little big flame when you're blowing out birthday candles, and they're not going to stay lit very long. So you'll want to. I have this, and then I just cut what I want it to look like, and what I do is I'm going to make two candles on one. So I decide how far I want it. I cut it. Hopefully you can see that. And I do it the same way you would do hand dipped tapered candles. So I'm going to make two. And
Okay.
I know Steph is prepping hers. I don't, which probably would make a neater end result if you prime them first, but I'm not going to because I just like to do it as quickly as possible, I guess, get into it. So instead of one long one, I'm gonna just do like little mini hand dipped tapered candles, which I think are super adorable to see them hanging. And so I just hold it like this at the top, and then I just dip into my wax. You go down as far as you want, and that'll be your starting point. So that's the um, length you want to use the next time. So allow it to drip. I don't use water in between. You can. I think for larger taper candles, you can do that. I don't. And so it starts out like this. And then as it dries, you'll be able to form it a little bit better so it won't look like this. But what I'm going to do is put it on my drying rack. So can you see that? Because it's so small, I can't tell.
Let
But I
me
just
see.
let it there.
Yes, I believe I can see it.
Hi. Hello. Hi, Justin. How are you? Where's
Thanks
everybody
for joining.
from?
Yes, let us know where you're from, and thanks for joining, guys. This is our first YouTube
Mhm.
live here for Man Lake. So if you're just joining tonight, we're making hand dip birthday candles, as Kim was just demonstrating. I've actually just prepped my one wick that I'm gonna do.
Okay.
So I'm gonna let that cool, and then I'll explain how I prepped it because Kim was doing such a fantastic job letting us know how she did it. So now that it's drying, Kim, what are you gonna do? Start another
Well,
one?
then I would start another one, but you could actually don't see the thing's gonna fall, but it's fine. So you could go back and just kind of form it once it hardens, and then you'll see it'll be straighter. So I would be doing a whole bunch of these. Find a better setup is my advice for stuff that doesn't fall, but I usually decide I want to do a project quickly, and so I just find whatever I have and try
Right.
to use it. So I have actually, and to speed things up, you could just cut a whole bunch of wicks and then you could cut them the same size. You could go longer, shorter. You could only dip a few times. You could dip a whole bunch and make
Yeah.
little fat ones. But yeah, I would just continue doing what I was doing. So I would hold it like this, dip it right in, not touching my fingers, drip, and then put it right there to dry and keep going. And so by the time you're done, you can go back to the first one.
Okay.
Oh,
So now,
nice.
how long did you cut your wicks? Did you say? I'm so sorry. I did miss that because I had things going on here. I apologize.
I didn't measure. I didn't say. I didn't measure.
Okay.
I just decide a length that I want and I make sure to cut all of them the same length. You don't
Yeah.
have to do that. You can make your birthday candles any size, any width. They can all be different
Right.
sizes. They don't have to be all the same size. You could go exactly by the book as you may be doing and
No.
cut them all a certain way because I think they have in there, they use a ruler, I believe.
Well,
Yeah.
I didn't use a roller. I did go by the book. Not truly by the book. I did eyeball it. I probably should have because the first time you do something, you should probably go by the rules and do it. But I knew I was going to be with you and you're an expert, so I figured you could help me. But I did go by the book and I didn't measure, but I figured I could eyeball it. So mine were a little bit longer because I wanted to try some long birthday candles.
Yeah, that's cool too. I didn't go by the whole book the first time I made them either. The book is so beautiful. They make really perfect candles, and I am not a super big perfectionist. I like the natural look, and it's okay
Same.
for it to be bumpy and not the same size, and I just love that about homemade, so I'm not super
Mhm.
concerned with that. So I just kind of do what feels comfortable. And I love to make tapered hand dipped candles. So that's what.
Right,
Hi,
exactly.
Wendy.
How are you?
Thanks for joining. And PJ is from Kentucky but works in DC. Very cool.
So, have you ever primed your wicks before then, or is that just something you don't care to do?
Sometimes I will, depending on what project I'm doing. But because I'm just dipping it in the wax anyway, and the way that I'm doing it like this,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
don't I don't prime them. But I think it does tell you in the book.
Yeah, that's what I said.
So
I kind of went by that for. I said, okay, I'll prime them. And but so if you do prime them, what the book instructed me to do was drop my wicks down into the wax, which is what I did with this one, and
mhm,
let it sit until you see the bubbles have completely risen. So I'm assuming
mhm.
you're gonna do all of your wicks probably at one time or a few at a time, and you're gonna let your wicks completely saturate to get the
Oh,
best
okay.
priming. So
Very
that's
cool.
usually 1 to 2 minutes, and then you're going to pull them out. And you can absolutely put them over your dowel like I did here
Mhm.
because it does create a nice little area that you can hold on to when you're going to dip, which we'll do here in a minute. I'm going to give it a little bit more time. I can see it's getting nice and cured there. So I
Oh,
just wanted to try that to see what it was like. And then I'm going to try your version here in a second too.
okay.
So, how many times do you generally have to dip before you get a good candle on there, do you think?
Well, the birthday candles are going to be different than bigger tapered ones, and it really depends how thick you want them. I think in the book it says you can do 6 to 8 dips, but when I did Kaya's, I did 4 because I made her longer, thinner candles. I like the look of the longer, thinner ones. Um, but actually, I do have some that I made before, and I have this really thick one. So this was probably 12 at least. I don't even remember. But these are all different sizes. Um,
Okay.
I just love the look of them even after they've been lit, and they will last a long time. Birthday candles, you only sing a song and it doesn't take very long before you want to blow them out. So you can reuse these. I just rinse them off and we reuse these. So
So here's my wick after it's been primed a little bit. It looks like dried spaghetti.
it does. Yeah.
I'm, I'm going to go ahead and start dipping, I guess. So, okay, Kim,
Okay, let's see.
what do I want to do here, ma'am? I'm going to dip. So do I just dip them at the same time?
Are you just doing one long one?
Yes, I have one long spaghetti on my finger.
Okay, so just dip it down as far as you can, but make sure to leave like the more dips you do, the longer the candle itself is going to be with the wax on it. So just keep that in mind, whatever size vessel you're using, that you can continue to be able to dip down. You want to get the same, like for every dip, you want to get it to the same point. So if you can see here, this is where I stopped. And so I want to dip it this length every time, or it's going to look, there's going to be like
Wonky.
a few
Yeah.
layers. So you just want to be able to dip it where you'll be able to stay in line each time.
Well, maybe I didn't put enough wax in here.
And you know what? You can improvise. Like if you did that, you can, well, maybe I
Just
won't
gonna
make
cut
make
my
long
wick.
ones. I'll just shorten them.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do. So we're gonna call
So
this a learning experience right here.
exactly.
And I'm just gonna cut some wicks shorter.
When burning, do beeswax candles evaporate or pool at the bottom? I know they pool at the bottom. I mean, I guess they would evaporate too, though. So, the nice thing about the beeswax, like when you burn beeswax, is it burns slowly
Hmm.
and it produces little smoke, hardly any soot when the wick is properly sized. So you do want to make sure that you have the right wick size for whatever type of candle you're making, because that
Right.
will make the flame big and you could have some issues, and then it will smoke and you'll have soot. But otherwise, it's such a clean burn that you don't even realize it's burning down. So I have this candle um, here, and if you can see, it really just pools there and it'll just melt down cleanly. There's no soot or any type of smoke.
Yes.
And it's so nice to just breathe in that aroma of the beeswax. And of course, you can scent them if you want to, but it's so much simpler to just leave the scent out of it, not have to worry about how much fragrance will I have to use, what percentage, and all that. And you'll still get a nice smelling candle, and it will help purify the air as well. I think that's what I had read. Is that what you had read too?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
And for this, you do have to make sure your wax stays melted, because you won't get a very good candle if the wax isn't completely melted, because it's going to attach like little clumps and stuff to the wick. So are you on to your next one?
Yes, I'm on to my next one. I dipped it once and I'm gonna make my wick shorter as I go. I'm learning as I go.
Yeah. But it's really cool too to have different sizes. Can you imagine like all different sizes on a cake or something? It's just really pretty to see all of it
Yeah,
like that.
yes, very whimsical.
So I'm going to go back to my first one. This one has hardened, of course. And I'm going to dip again, and you'll really be able to tell the difference with the second dip. So I'm making sure I stay in the same area. And you want to let it drip for a moment. And you can really see a difference there as the thickness. So it really depends. Like if you like slender birthday candles,
Mm-hmm.
you could stop at the next dip if you wanted to. And then I'll just leave it here to dry and move on. It doesn't have to be perfect. And it's about having fun too. So you want to have fun with it. You don't want to, worry about too much and get frustrated. And you can always change it every time you do it. So they're just so adorable because there's
They are very cute.
many taper candles, and we just get so excited by this stuff.
Right.
I love your new setup.
Thank you. I wanted to add a workspace in my office too, because it just makes it so much easier to do stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I
It's a good
know
one.
we were kind of inspired over the weekend, and I saw some things
Mhm.
I wanted to start doing, and this is the perfect place to do it. So,
I can see a griddle up on there when you make your beeswax wraps.
right, right.
That'll be a future project if you'd like to learn more about that. We plan on making some beeswax wraps, and I was looking into it. And the jojoba oil is actually supposed to be the best oil to use with that. I was looking to see if there was like other better oils, but that one is really recommended.
Okay.
Just the way that it's a light oil, it doesn't have
Hmm.
a scent. It doesn't crack the beeswax wrap the way that like olive oil would, it said.
Okay.
So I'm sure we'll learn more scientific parts of it when we actually do it. But it's very interesting, and I have some of those fabric squares in a certain cart. So
Yeah, girl, I trust me, went and looked at a few things, became quite inspired. So
yeah, that
maybe,
was so much fun.
yeah,
Now
absolutely.
I probably made these candles a little too long for my vessel I'm using, and so in that case, probably what you've done, even if you get started, I wait for it to cool and you can just cut it. So I'll show you that then.
Okay, show me that because I have definitely made a kit. Remember, my spaghetti noodle is way too big, so I'm gonna have to adjust.
Yeah, I know. I have a hard time finding like a really, really tall. I was going to use my wax melter, which I'm not sure where it is. Um, but then I would need to melt like so much more wax because it's so
Right.
big. I need like a really tall, skinny um container that's heat safe, like really tall and skinny. You can just get your little fingers in there. So
That sounds like a great reason to go thrifting or to the flea market,
yeah,
right?
because I don't even have like aluminum cans that are that tall.
Do you guys have any suggestions? What do you guys use when you're making your candles for dipping?
Hmm.
Because yeah, what would be good? Hmm.
Okay, so here is the third, and you want to try to keep them apart because if they touch, then they're gonna get it's gonna mess up the bottom. And you can see there's like a little bit of bulbous there at the end, and you can cut that when it hardens. But here's three dips, and I think that's a really cute candle. It's probably the size of one in the store, wouldn't you think?
Sure, yeah.
So this could be a fairly quick project too. So if you decided you were
Absolutely.
done, here I'll just show you. If you decided you were done, you could mold it, just kind of straighten it out. At this point, the bottoms don't look too bad. You could leave it. Um, if you wanted to do another uh, dipping, I'll show you what they recommend in the book too. Stuff I don't know if you'll probably do this, but they recommend you just kind of cut the tips off, I think. Or maybe I
Mm-hmm.
just made this up. But I'll show you what we can do with the little tips of wax then too. So you can just cut that off. And as you can see, it's more, straight like that.
Candly. I love
So
it.
then you could dip it once more,
Okay.
just like that. And then I'll give it a minute to cool and I'll show you. So we'll move on to this one. But as I said, you can keep going. You can make them really thick. How many dips are you going to do?
I'm just gonna play around with it and see.
Yeah.
I'll try a few and just see what happens.
Are
So
any of
I guess
yours dry? Can you show us what they look like?
they're very yellow. Yes, I'll show you.
Okay.
Just imagine spaghetti noodles.
Oh, I love them. Oh my gosh, how adorable.
Can you see it? Can you see it okay?
Yeah, I can see it. Are those the ones that are too long?
No, I like these.
Okay.
I
So if
like
you
that.
had any that were too long, like I did before with the scissors,
Yeah.
you can just cut shorter. So just take however much, you
Oh, like
think you need to cut off. Like I'll just cut off like that. So now they're shorter. And you can always remove the wax from the cotton wicking and reuse that wax that you cut off too. So
oh
here
no.
they are shorter. And now I'll just do another dip. And you'll never know that you cut all that length off.
Right. Here's my trim down. Let's see what happens. This will be dip number 2 then.
Thank you, Wendy. Wendy gave us such a kind comment.
Wendy
Okay, I
is
hope you try it, Wendy. I know you'd be good at it. Wendy makes candles too. And I learned from Wendy before I even started doing rolled candles because when Wendy had been doing an amazing job with rolled candles years and years ago.
I know I've got
Thank
Wendy's
you.
candles before. They're always so beautiful.
You know what? Hold on. Let me get something. In fact, I try to hold on to this. This is one of Wendy's cranberry colored rolled candles. But let me show you because I keep these. I love them so much. These are my decorations. Wendy made this, a coffin candle,
Mm-hmm.
and she made the skull candle, which I have lit a few times, but then I don't like to keep it lit. I like it for the ambiance, but I don't want to ruin it. So these are just a permanent fixture on my shelves. So
So
okay.
pretty.
So how did you say how many you were planning on doing? You're just gonna take it.
Yeah, I'm
by.
just taking it by, yeah. So I did my second dip. They're looking good
Good.
on that one. Let me do a second dip here.
So Justin wants to know, how long does it normally take to make candles? Like, how much time would you need to set aside to do a handful? I don't know if it says for sure in the book. So melting the wax is gonna take, I would say, the longest part. Uh, my wax took forever, I feel like, right? How long did yours take,
Oh,
Steph?
girl, I felt like I turned my wax on right after work. No, I'm kidding. It was probably like 40 minutes.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
I would say even before you get started, set off or set aside like 40 minutes just to melt your wax, because you want to do it slowly. You want to keep it around 145 to 160 degrees. You don't want to go higher than that, which I end up doing because I'm lazy and I'll put mine in the microwave. So don't do that. Because if you heat your wax too much, well, first of all, it's dangerous. You don't want to do that. I don't think you're supposed to go over like 185 degrees. Um, but also it makes the wax darker color. It might eventually not smell as nice. I don't know. I haven't had those
Right.
issues, but my wax does get darker, which I personally don't mind. But if you want to enter a honey show, you can't have that happen. So you want to make sure that you keep your wax temperature between 145 and 160. So that's going to take some time. And if you do it on a double broiler method, just keep it on the low medium setting, and it will take some time. And I personally haven't timed it, but it would be probably like 40, 45 minutes, something, like, depending how much you're doing. So if you're wanting to do like, and that also depends on what kind of candles. So like for the birthday ones, we are going to need, or tapered, you are going to need more than you are going to use, because you have to make the wax tall enough to be able to dip.
Hmm.
So you're not going to use all this wax. So keep
That's
that in
my
mind when you're heating.
that's
Yeah.
the issue I'm running into now. I really wish I had found a taller, skinnier vessel. Hmm.
But it's good so everybody knows these things because it happens.
Yep.
I would say the project itself, depending on how thick you want to go, will not take terribly long. I would say maybe a half an hour at most for the actual project for birthday candles. Now, tapered candles, depending, like I would say the bigger tapered candles, depending how many you make, could take an hour. But it's really not, it doesn't take super long amount of time, depending on how many dips you do. That's really the thing. So I was able to do 28 birthday candles in a half an hour. So you just dip, just dip them, dry them, and then go back. And I only did 3 or 4 dips maybe. So thank
Is that
you.
how many you did this half hour?
Yeah, I
Oh,
think I did 3.
I did one, six. So like
Oh,
12.
good. Let me see. You did how many dips?
Only this will be my third dip, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Maybe. Oh, hang on. But this is my first time, so
Yeah, and you want to take your time. Obviously, it's going to take more time the first few times you do it, and then you'll start going through it faster. And you
okay.
want to take your time because you don't know how you want them to turn out. Maybe you want to keep going and see how thick you can get it. It's all about experimenting too. So,
I don't know if you can see my shirt for contrast. There you go.
yeah. Oh, I love them. Oh my gosh, you're gonna do the tall, like, are you gonna do those thicker?
Yes, I am. They're turning out to be very, I don't know, I like they remind me of Harry Potter.
Yes. Yeah.
I love them.
So, I had mentioned when you cut the bottom, you'll get like little bits of wax. And
Yeah.
so here's the little bits of wax that looks like little corn.
Okay.
And I will just stick it right back in my vessel and melt it.
Perfect.
If you have the wick in there, you can either pull it apart and take the wick out, or you could just put it all in there and then pull the wick out when it's melted. I know we try to never throw away any beeswax. It's very precious.
It is a precious commodity.
I bet it smells really good in your house.
It does.
You're welcome. Thank you guys so much for the questions and comments. We weren't sure if anybody would know we were even on YouTube, so we appreciate you stopping by.
For sure.
This was fun.
It's a lot of fun. Okay, I am.
And of course, we can't complain about doing something we love to do and talking about it. So,
Right?
did anyone have any other questions about making birthday candles or hand dip candles in general? Again, I'm using the book Beeswax Alchemy. And Steph, what book are you using?
I am using Beehive Alchemy. Beehive Alchemy and the hand dipped birthday candles are on page 58.
Okay.
And then tapering begins right the page before, how to do everything. If you're going to cure your wicks, but I don't think I'm going to cure my wicks ever again for birthday candles. We'll see. We'll see.
I would definitely cure them for other things because it'll
Yeah.
help you wick. Like if you're using a wicking needle for, say, well, any kind of container where you have to like wick through the bottom and pull it up, then
Right.
definitely prime because it'll just make it easier
That
to
would make
thread
sense.
your needle.
Yeah.
And so Justin said, I ran into your stream by accident. I am studying to be a beginner beekeeper. Oh, that's great. Well, you came to the right channel.
You absolutely did.
Please check out other videos. We have so many wonderful videos about beginning beekeeping, supplies, what you'll need to get started. And if you ever check out the website, you can give us a call. We have a lot of really great, knowledgeable people that we work with that would be happy to answer any questions. Oh, yeah, absolutely. So he has another question.
Okay.
Is there a special kind of material you need for your wick?
So for these, I'm using 2-aught wicking.
Okay, that's what I'm using too. Is yours on the roll like this one? Or because they come differently, I think. Some of them, if depending how much you're getting, like they come in a plastic bag. I don't know how much they
Mine
come
was
in.
in a plastic bag that I did have to cut. It was wrapped. Where am I? Oh, there I am. It was wrapped up, so I had to cut it
Okay.
down to the way I wanted it. Mm-hmm.
So you'll want to use cotton wicking. I don't know if any other wicking. I'm sure there's other blends.
Yeah,
But you could check like a candle place, but we use cotton wicking. So that's what we use. As Steph said, we're using the same one, which is 2-aught, so 2.0, if you're looking that up on the website. But you could also use 4-aught, which is 4.0 if you look it up on the website, because you do want to make sure you wick to the proper size. And typically for a 2-aught, you'd be doing candle diameter between 1 and 3 inches, and 4-aught would be anything under 1 inch. But because these are like birthday candles, we weren't concerned about the 4-aught because what happens is that if you overwick, it's just going to be a huge flame. You're going to have to continually cut it. It could be dangerous. So that's all. And Wendy asked, do you add color to your birthday candles or do you keep them natural beeswax? And what will you do, Steph?
Well, this is natural, but you know what? I thought about it, Wendy, because I had a few dyes here left over, but I thought I'd just go with the natural just to see what it looked like the first time. But I think the next time I do it, I am going to go with some coloring.
Oh, that would be really cool. I've never
Mhm.
tried it, so that would be really fun if you do. Could you post some pictures?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because how amazing would that be to have some beautiful natural candles and you're adding colorant, which would be just the natural dye with the wax chips. So that would be really fun.
Here's these now.
Oh, those look great. They look like they could be earrings.
I know. They look like they could be corn
You could
dogs.
just hang them. Justin, don't be sorry. You can ask as many questions as you
Please
like. All
ask
right.
away.
So I can't just use regular string specifically. I need to use cotton wicking. Well, that's a good question, Justin. Goodness. I guess it depends what the string is made of. If it's cotton, I guess. Yeah, because this is just cotton and wicking. Do they do anything to this? I don't think so. Well, geez, Justin, that's a good question. I wouldn't use anything that's got like a coating on it.
No.
I wouldn't use colored string. I
But you
don't know.
definitely want to make sure that it's intended for wicking use before
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you use it in
If
a
you
candle.
if you use a string, I would definitely do experiments and make sure you're in a safe environment to see what happens because you do want to experiment a lot with candle making. I know there are people that get frustrated because they're wanting to make their candles and sell them, but you do have to allow for time to make sure you have the proper wick for the proper vessel. Um, and test them, especially if you're going to sell them. You want to test burn. So you have to test them for hours just to make sure how they burn. So yeah, I would definitely be doing testing with that. Yeah. Okay, so I'm happy with how these candles look. So now I'm going to turn them into candles. And really it's pretty simple. You could um cut the bottom if you want to like even it out, but I'm gonna leave them go like that because I like the look. And so really you just cut a little bit, like leave so you can see that. Leave a tiny bit of the wick without the wax on it.
Okay.
Cut that off. I might have even left too much wick, but and now
You
I'm gonna light it.
okay? See, find one I can
And there
find.
you go. And I
Gorgeous.
don't have a cake to put it in, but there's a birthday candle.
I love it. I will try a corn dog candle, okay? Because they look like well, and nunchucks, like corn dog nunchucks. They're
Yeah.
beautiful. So let me cut it. Okay, Kim, I'm gonna cut it, right?
Okay.
So
See, this flame is a little bit large, but we're not gonna keep it burning. So this isn't like something that you're just gonna keep going with.
now how okay, so I'm gonna trim it. Ooh,
How do I turn? I don't know.
okay, let's see if I have a one moment. I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. My husband
Okay.
loves candles as well.
Are we ready to test it?
Yeah,
Here's the
let's
corn
see.
dog. Let's see.
Ooh.
We made birthday candles.
Mm-hmm.
So,
You have a special birthday wish you want to make.
well, today is my dad's birthday.
Happy birthday to your
Happy
dad.
birthday, Dad. So I wish my dad a happy birthday. Um, and there's that.
Mm-hmm.
That was so much fun. Thank you so much for showing me how to make those candles. That was the first time for me. I have made candles before, but I've never made a hand-up birthday candle. So that was a lot of fun and definitely something I will be doing again very
Mm-hmm.
soon, I think. My nephew's birthday was yesterday, and my
Oh,
niece's
the same as my daughters, huh? Oh, that's fun.
was that happy birthday, Kaya, yeah?
Mhm.
Happy birthday and happy birthday, Blake, who was yesterday, and Olivia is on Saturday. So happy birthday to
Oh,
all of our July birthday people. Yeah, so
big
many,
month. Big
so
month.
many.
I'm so glad we got to do this, and I can't wait to see how yours turn out. I hope you'll post a picture of your finished result. I'm sure you can think of a lot of options on how to or what to put your candles in for a nice presentation if you want to give them as gifts because I think it's a great little gift if you're going to someone's birthday that you're celebrating, you could bring the candles and they can reuse them, or you can take them back.
I'm taking my candles back. Thank you. Can you imagine if you did? I
I
mean,
would,
you did make
I would be
them.
like, you're not going to throw them away, are you?
Are
If
you
you
throwing
are,
them
I'm taking them.
away? I made those on YouTube for you. Anyway, that was so much fun, but I
Mhm.
definitely think we should come back and make something else again with you guys really, really soon. So please let us know in the comments what you'd
Yeah.
like to make. I think Kim was right though. I think we should do those wraps. Yeah?
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and because we haven't made them. I mean, we watched the lady make them,
Yeah.
but it will be a first for us. We can gather all our supplies. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah. So if you guys want to make some beeswax wraps with us, I think we should go ahead and put that on the calendar for next month. I think we'll probably try and hop over to YouTube once a month and see how that goes in the evening time and spend some time with you guys if you want to hang out with us. This was so much fun learning and just hanging out on a Tuesday. So thank you so much, Kim. I and everyone who is in here. Thank you guys. It's always so much fun just getting to hang out with new people and seeing our old friends too.
It was great. I had a lot of
Mhm.
fun. Thank you for joining, and I love your candles, and I can't wait to see your finished result with all your candles together.
Same, same. All right, girl. Well, I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, take care.
Take
Bye,
care, girl.
everybody.
Bye.